Good evening, everybody. Super Jackster1 here now. I'm doing a video, something that Imaxination 1980 has been doing, and VHS Gamer 99 has been wanting me to do a video like this. And I know he did one this last week. Unfortunately, I don't have any time to do Skype, so I'm just going to do it. It is upcoming animation rambles. That, giving thoughts on what you think about upcoming animated movies. So, that's what I have it in the form of Google Slides. So, yep, upcoming animation thoughts. So, I'm just gonna quickly go over, so let this thing set up so that way. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, yeah. I'm just going over, one, that's still in theaters. That being Warner Animation's The Lego Batman movie was released in February. It's currently doing very, very well at the box office. It's grossed over $300 million so far. I think. I could be wrong. Anyway, I've seen the Lego Batman movie. I saw it. It was fantastic. I don't think it's as good as the Lego movie, but it was still very, very good. I enjoyed it very much. So, yeah. I take that back. Lego Batman movies only made like $275 million worldwide, but it's still doing very, very well. Next is a movie that's also currently in theaters that is not doing well at the box office, Rock Dog. I haven't seen Rock Dog. I don't really have any intentions to because it doesn't really look that interesting in my opinion. Uh, I don't know. It just doesn't look like my cup of tea. But so now we'll just get to the real stuff going on. DreamWorks Boss Baby. I'm kind of skeptical about DreamWorks. When I was younger, when I was in my elementary school years, I loved DreamWorks movies. Up until around Megamind, I'd always see. I went that tradition with Pixar. Like every time a new DreamWorks movie would come out, I'd go see it. But now I only see the ones I want to do. Looking back at some of other DreamWorks movies, I see they're pretty flawed. Except for don't I love the first Shrek? My favorite DreamWorks movie is the first Shrek. I love the first Shrek. The first Shrek is a classic. The Shrek sequels aren't really that great in my opinion. Yeah, the first Shrek is a classic. And then I also do like the Madagascar movies; those are good. And the Kung Fu Panda movies, I guess, are decent. But in my opinion, uh, I've heard from the reviews of Boss Baby, I hear it's just mediocre. It's just okay. So I don't know what to say, but from the trailer I've seen, it looks like just one of those cliche things going joke story, joke story, joke story. I just want to go just say what the story is. I really don't even know what the plot is, but anyway. Next, Sony Animations, Smurfs: The Lost Village. I'm not too crazy on the Smurfs. I didn't see the two live action movies they did. I heard not so great things about it, but I heard what they're doing is going back to the original Smurfs animation. Like Smurfs has been done in animation constantly. I mean, constantly a lot. But yeah, I do think if Smurfs: The Lost Village has what it takes to actually be like the original Smurfs cartoon series, it could be really, really good. So yeah. Anyway, next is a untitled from the Weinstein Company, Leap. I don't know much about this movie, so from what I've seen from this animation still, I say it could be good. I've never really seen the Weinstein movies from any of the Weinstein people, so I don't really have much to say about that. So yeah. Next is another DreamWorks movie, Captain Underpants, the first epic movie, which is coming out. By the way, Boss Baby is coming out March 31st, 2017. Smurfs: The Lost Village is coming out April 7th, 2017. Leap is coming out April 11th, 2017. Like I said, Captain Underpants is coming out June 2nd, 2017. I'm not too crazy on Captain Underpants. At the elementary school book fairs, I never really read any of them. Nobody in my school really read them. But yeah, but Captain Underpants, we know it's based off of Dave Pilkey's cartoon comic book series. And again, man, it's cool for what it is for kids who like that kind of stuff. But overall, this isn't my cup of tea. But anyway, now we're moving on to a Pixar movie, and it's the Pixar sequel that many of you don't want. Cars 3. Well, now, after all the trailers and teasers people are saying, people are actually looking forward to this. This is the first I've said this before, this is the first Cars movie to not be directed by John Lasseter, because John Lasseter is not directing Cars 3. Brian Fee is directing Cars 3. Brian Fee, he was a storyboard artist on the first two films. And I think we all know the plot. Lightning McQueen gets beaten in this race by a character named Storm. And there's all these updated cars with the new models and stuff. People are thinking that McQueen, should be close to retiring, so he's trying to get him up to speed. One of the trailers even says, McQueen says, "I decide when I'm done." So he goes to this younger rookie named Cruz Ramirez. I keep forgetting how to pronounce that name. Cruz Ramirez or something like that. She tries to get him up to speed and train him to do all these cool things. I did react to the recent trailer, and the Cars franchise gets a lot of flack for it. I love the first and second Cars. I know I get a lot of hate. I love the second Cars a little more than the first Cars. The Cars movie, the Cars franchise is very personal to John Lasseter due to his vacation. If you listen to the Cinexplore commentary on the Cars Blu-ray, he gives a speech how, John Lasseter, he had this love for car culture, so he had ideas when they were working on A Bug's Life for his third film. He had an idea for a car movie called The Yellow Car, about a little car that's picked on by all the gas guzzlers. But they scrapped the idea because for their third film, they decided to have their third film be Toy Story 2. After Toy Story 2, John Lasseter's wife was saying, you could wake up and your kids would have graduated and you would have missed it. So in the summer of 2000, after you completed Toy Story 2, while the rest of the crew was working on Monsters, Inc. and Finding Nemo, he went on this road trip in the summer of 2000 with his family, and they reconnected on that trip. And he discovered all these forgotten towns like Route 66 and all those. So when he came back, that's where he got the idea for Cars. That's what I like about it. It's a very personal film to Lasseter. Cars 2 was a very troubled production. There was a release date change, story problems, and a last-minute director switch. So I can understand that. And according to what I heard, for long before even the movie was even announced by Pixar, Cars 3, Michael Wallace, the voice of the sheriff, he said there was supposed to be a little thing about Route 99. I don't know if that's still going to be a part of the plot. But I think they're also going to say something about Doc Hudson and do a tribute to him, because we know in 2008, Paul Newman died, and according to what John Lasseter said, Paul Newman really brought a lot to the character of Doc Hudson. He really brought the character to life, and he became such good friends with him. So in the second movie, they couldn't dare they couldn't bear to find a sound-alike actor, so they kind of cut Doc Hudson off. In the second film, there was going to be a whole subplot explaining what happened to him, but they kind of just dropped it, and they don't really explain what happened to Doc Hudson. So here they're going to explain what happened to him. Anyway, I'm looking forward to Cars 3. Like I said, love the first film. Love the second film. Third one sounds like it's going to be even better. I'm in. Anyway, I think that's going to have to do it for this animation ramble. I'm going to have to see y'all for the next one.